What's up, Sonic movie fans, and welcome to episode 85 of the Sonic Movie Show, the only show that's about Sonic news, and Sonic new movie. Sonic news. My name is Ethan. With me, as always, is Devin.
Another adventure awaits us. There's no time to waste. We're Sonic heroes.
I'm imagining that is from the video game Sonic Heroes.
Nope, Sonic Colors.
Oh, fuck off!
I actually have no idea.
That's not true.
It doesn't say.
Well, on today's episode, we don't have much to talk about, so I think we're going to wrap up today. It's been a pretty good episode. I think we now need to start. Hello, and everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of the Sonic Movie 2 show, the only show that talks exclusively about the Sonic Movie 2, the movie. My name is Ethan. With me again today is Devin.
I didn't have... Shit, hold up. Another adventure awaits us. There's no time to waste. We're Sonic heroes.
I feel like that's not even a quote from anything. I feel like some kid wrote that
Sonic
like on his fan fiction.
Sonic said it.
Oh, it's okay. And Obama really did give him the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
So today is a very special episode of the Sonic Movie 2 show because we have the official synopsis of the movie. It leaked in quotes, but this is kind of just public information anyway. A Twitter user named Ninja Risu found the copyright filing for it. It basically says, hey, they started making this film approximately back in March, and they anticipate it releasing in next year. So that's cool. But what's interesting about it is something that you and I probably could have if we really wanted to really think about the plot of the next movie and actually like really sat and thought about it. Not what we wanted, but what we think based off where the movie ended up. We probably could have came to this conclusion. I'm kind of pissed that we didn't really fucking think that, like, how's Robotnik going to get off the mushroom planet? The Mushroom Hill Zone is the Knuckles level.
I know we've talked about it in the past, and we were always just like, he's smart, he builds something. He finds an army of mushroom kids to help build his factory. I know at one point we're like, oh, chemical plant is going to be built at the
or
Mushroom
something.
World. Something.
Like, he'll make it or something.
And we thought for sure Metal Sonic was going to be in it in some way. And then when the screenshots came out I guess it's not screenshots, just like leaked photos, but not leaked of the set in Vancouver, Canada, we saw that there was a prop Knuckles standing side by side with prop Sonic and Tails. So we're like, okay, Knuckles is going to be in it. They probably just threw him in because if you're going to have Tails, you might as well have Knuckles too. And we knew that they were going to be in it. There was rumors of a Jim Carrey-like thing flying around on set, but no one had any pictures of it. And we haven't heard anything from Jim Carrey's from Jim on Twitter or anything. Because when they first announced Sonic 2 was happening, or the title, I know most of the actors in this film like tweeted it out, being like, "I'm so hyped for this. I'm happy to be in the next one." You know, so we were kind of unsure whether or not Robotnik was going to have a big splash in this film again. If Jim Carrey was even going to be in the same role.
We spent a couple episodes being like, what if they don't have him in it? What kind of purpose does this film slot if they make a series out of this? Yeah, you're right.
And I guess you could say that we didn't come to this one, but it is, like you said, a little bit
It's
obvious.
so fucking obvious. He's just going to bump into Knuckles, and Knuckles is going to be like, oh yeah, I have this ruins over here that has a teleporter. And then it's going to be it. Like, it's going to be like, oh man, this place is uncivilized. And then he's going to bump into fucking Knuckles, and I'm sure there's going to be more than just Knuckles living there too. It's like, oh yeah, that's how he leaves. But like, if that's how they get Knuckles into the world, cool. I still hope he's voiced by Jason Momoa. This makes it even better, because I can fucking see the half-brained idiot Knuckles voiced by Jason Momoa trying to be a sidekick for Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik and having that not work out for either of them.
If that's what happens.
However long it lasts, because obviously we saw from even the leaked footage that clearly Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are fighting together or something. So unless Jim Carrey's also their bud now.
Do you want to read the synopsis officially from the source?
Yeah, so this is basically a public government copyright site that has basically just data.
Copyright.com, baby. Just kidding. It's on cocatalog.lock.gov.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, it's just here is the listing for this copyright work, right? This official thing. But the description of it is essentially what would be the synopsis, something that you'd see on if you were getting tickets on AMC's app or
IMDb.
anything like that. It's going to say this, right? It says, after settling in Green Hills, Sonic is ready for more freedom, and Tom and Maddie agree to leave him alone while they go on vacation. But no sooner are they gone when Dr. Robotnik comes back, this time with a new partner, Knuckles, in search for an emerald that has the power to both build and destroy civilizations. Sonic teams up with his own I was doing so well there. Sonic teams up with his own sidekick, Tails, and together they embark on a journey to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. Being directed by Jeff Fowler and starring Jim Carrey, James Marsden, and Ben Schwartz.
Hell yeah.
Besides, obviously, the story stuff, this also does confirm Jim Carrey, straight up.
Finally.
Which we all, like, assumed, unless they said otherwise.
I was mildly sweating that, like, maybe they're in a contract dispute or something, or I'm like... And the fact that, like, no one saw him on set was making me nervous, but I'm guessing he's going to be on, like, a green screen set most of the time. We did see the picture that you photoshopped where Jeff Fowler is, I guess, ending the shoot. It looks like there's a bunch of green screen or blue screen, and then there's a bunch of
he's on
mushrooms.
Mushroom World.
That's where Jim Carrey last was. Maybe he was on set there and not
in
Vancouver.
I'm sure maybe through the first fifth of the movie, which might be a majority of Jim Carrey's like time might be in the first quarter, fifth of the movie, he'll be the only human because he'll be on Mushroom World. Therefore, you can just shoot his stuff green screen without having to bother with other people. Scheduling wise, I think that makes sense.
Also, half the movie too, the first movie, he was in his egg pod drone thing.
Oh, in his truck?
His truck, and also in the flyer there. It makes me think, how much was he actually ever on any of these sets and more just in a contraption with a green screen around him?
So, I mean, the house, when he physically walks up to James Marsden's house, there is, I would say on the road, but no, I mean, he's in the truck the whole time.
The ballpark, baseball field. He's there briefly.
Yeah.
So like
that's before the house.
But like everything else really could have been shot in a studio somewhere in Hollywood.
I would imagine the scenes in the climax where he's in the egg pod, it's probably not sitting in something floating. They probably did green screen him in, but like I'm sure he was there to talk to the people. Otherwise, it'd be kind of, or they did it perfectly, and I just couldn't tell that like they weren't talking to each other.
For how long? He probably could do whatever, like CGI, or if they're there or not, he can just be like, pretend there's a Sonic in front of you. Okay, these guys are professionals. So
yeah, but yeah, I can easily see a majority of his lines, because there's more characters in this film now. Straight up, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are going to eat up most of the time. Tom and Maddie are going bye-bye after this film, I guarantee it. They're going to be adding more of Sonic's fucking friends. Yeah, if he's going to have time to really shine as an actor, they're going to put him on the Mushroom Planet for a while. No one else, he'll talk to Jason Momoa. He doesn't need Jason Momoa, like, standing in front of him.
Yeah.
For that, really.
Also, I think it was 3 or 4 episodes ago where we did a kind of not I guess the plot, but more of just like how was the movie going to be structured, where was it going to start, where was it going to end. I know we're like we see Green Hills is back, Green Hills, Montana. That setting is coming back. Mushroom World is coming back. We were trying to guess when were those scenes happening with Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic. I know we both were like, maybe it'll be in the middle part of the film. At one point, we're like, maybe it's at the end. We both kind of agreed that it wasn't going to be in the beginning. Unless it's just going to start with a firefight for some reason. But I don't think that's going to happen. I still don't think it's going to happen. And now, based off the synopsis, it makes me think that is closer to the end.
For sure.
That they're going to fight
back. Because you want to have...
Especially if they're teaming up now. I'm assuming Sonic tells him, yo, Knuckles, he's actually trying to use your Chaos Emerald for bad or something.
Is it the Chaos Emerald or is it the Master Emerald, that Knuckles was always searching for? You know what I mean? Well, that's the thing. Like, are they going to save the Chaos Emeralds for... You know what I mean? Its own movie, or are they just going with their own fucking lore here and being like, "There's just the Emerald,"
which is I'm just totally okay with, by the way.
I'm like, whatever, dude. He also doesn't live in Montana, so clearly that's also a step away from what you would consider a canon for Sonic. But yeah, I mean the writers like I said, like the idea of a Jason Momoa, and that's not confirmed. The idea of a Jason Momoa voiced
like
Knuckles
be listed in the billing. You know what I mean?
But if they're going to surprise it,
I guess
Tails isn't listed in there either.
But I think Tails is going to be an actor we really don't know. Like, it isn't someone that the general public is going to know. I think it's going to be someone who...
If you put a shirt on Jason Momoa, they don't know who he is either, so okay.
That's not true. That is not true.
If the man puts on a shirt, no one knows who he is.
I recognized his Dune action figure at Target the other day, all right?
Okay, shave his beard then, too. Tell me you know who he is. You didn't watch the Apple TV Plus show of starring him. Don't fucking lie to me.
I do have Apple TV, and
we all got a new phone, and it all gave us the thing. We can't see. What was I going to say?
Maybe you're right,
like I said, that idea
more...
of Jason Momoa voicing Knuckles being a what's the term? The straight man and the funny man with Jim Carrey. Like the writers, I can guarantee would have loved writing a bunch of that stuff. He's going to be him with Robotnik for at least a third of the movie, at least, and then maybe they fight Green Hills. Maybe that's not the climax, and then like there's an extraterrestrial fight. Or outer dimensional, or just on a different planet, or just somewhere else. I just hope,
though, that it doesn't end like the first one, where it ends in Green Hills again. Like, I think it's fine. They did the right thing, I think, in the first movie, making it very small, very linear in its locations. You started in Green Hills, you ended in Green Hills. Now I think it's okay to not have it end in Green Hills. You can still do a scene or two in Green Hills, but I would love for them to explore the mushroom world more. I want them to explore maybe Chemical Plant Zone, make that a thing. I still think that'd be cool to have Jim Carrey have this huge factory. You don't have to call it a world, but it could be like on that mushroom world. He was able to somehow build this crazy factory, and Sonic has to go blow it up or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure in the Sonic lore what Chemical Plant is, because I know at the end of some Sonic games, there is like Robotnik's zone, and it is like metal chaos factory ultra place. Cool Chemical Plant is like the second iconic level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Considering it's like one of the biggest levels that even I think maybe the casual gamer audience member might know. Be like, oh, I've played Sonic when I was 10. I'm here.
It's colorful. It's musical. It's memorable just because of that.
Yeah.
So
I think that'd be cool to have. But we can't confirm it from this. But
I think if they end it in Green Hills, and it does have a similar type of vibe to the ending of the first movie, like I asked you this question. It was pretty hard to answer without really thinking about it beforehand, because I didn't give you any prep time for it. How if you think about these movies in the future looking back, assuming that we get more of these, or maybe other just video game movies blow up, etc. Looking back on it, if Sonic 2 ends in a similar note to the first movie, if the footage we saw is the climax, although it's in the daytime, as opposed to nighttime last time, I think that looking back retrospectively, you would almost kind of see this movie as the first movie, and the first movie is like a prologue. Because really, this movie is that movie, but with more stuff.
I hope
because ideally, in my head, Sonic 3 is, now we hunt the Chaos Emeralds, now we're fighting Metal Sonic, now we're doing this, and now we're doing that. The idea of going bigger. Think about like how Marvel kind of was. They're like, yep, Tony Stark fought terrorists. And then the Incredible Hulk ran away from the cops. And then Thor
the government,
was in a desert in a small town. And then now we're in space. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a couple small ones.
There's like
and then it's
other
like,
worlds
now
that
we're
like,
big
we don't
again.
need to explain, but no one cares,
And no one gives a shit.
No
Why do they all speak English? Everyone fucking speaks English. Doesn't matter. Doesn't care. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit?
It's so true.
But like, I'd rather, and like, how does Gamora know what that Guardians of the Galaxy took place in 2014? She says in Endgame, she says that's not the only thing that happened in 202014.
I like how they.
Bitch, you don't fucking know what 2014 means,
though.
But it doesn't give a shit.
No one gives a shit.
You know what I mean? If you realize that's when the movie came out, cool.
Everyone, it's funny that like everyone just follows the Gregorian calendar. Even aliens who don't even know Earth exists, they're like, yeah, of course I follow the Gregorian calendar. I mean, come on.
I just like that they dated. Yep, this happened, which is in another. You realize, and I didn't realize this till James Gunn tweeted this out. Guardians of the Galaxy takes place in the Andromeda Galaxy, not even the Milky Way.
Yeah, it's like Isn't that like like one of the?
It's the neighboring one.
I was gonna say,
it's the neighboring one.
It's much bigger though, I think. But regardless,
yeah, it's super far away, and that's why Groot is so much older in the Avengers stuff because they made it over here. Weird. It's one of those things that doesn't, because Guardians 2 takes place like 4 months after the first movie, even though most of the Marvel stuff is like literally the year the movie comes out. In any case, Tokyo Drift, they have flip phones, and that also took place in 2014, so
who cares?
Sonic 2 does not take place in 2014. It takes place in 2022. That's when the movie releases.
Do we know that?
I think. Sure, why not?
Did it ever say in the first one whether it was present day? I know it said like when he was like because even when he was a kid, they kind of just like doesn't it say just present day when he comes when he grows up?
Do you remember any technology? I mean, Tom has a smartphone, so it's clearly tied to like current-ish.
But they didn't have a GPS.
Give or take 4 years.
That was my one beef, like one little plot hole I had with the movie. It was just like they didn't know how to get to San Francisco. Like no one has like just GPS. They're all using an old ass map.
Really?
Yeah. Remember James is like highlighting on the map. We need to go down here, and then Sonic's like, I don't know how to get there. It's like, bro, you run fast. Eventually, you'll figure out. Or steal someone's iPhone.
Learn how to read the signs.
Yeah.
If you make a mistake on the highway, Sonic, you can quickly fix that. I can't. I'm fucked if that happens. Well, I mean, now to be fair,
it's a kid's movie.
Tom's character is told to us that he doesn't quite understand the technology. The only apps on his phone are the ones that it came with, plus the Olive Garden. Does he know how to fucking use a GPS? He lives in a small town. Now, granted, he's a cop. So he's clearly depended on, I guess. But he's a cop. Any case, do you think that this movie will truly end with that being the climactic fight, the footage that we saw? Now with knowing that the movie gives us Knuckles as an antagonist, in quotes, for a bit.
It really depends on like at what point they're going to have him change, because he's going to change sides. Knuckles is a good guy, at least in my eyes. I know wasn't it Sonic Adventure 2, he was kind of seen as like this. He's like, I'm just here to protect the Chaos Emeralds. I don't care if it's Sonic or Robotnik trying to get them. It's mine. Don't touch them. And like
so, this does kind of work to. Sorry to cut you off, but I just want giving you a little context because neither of us really played Sonic and Knuckles / Sonic and 3. I played it a little bit. Sonic and 3 didn't complete it, and Sonic and Knuckles is not on any modern-ish console because of weird Michael Jackson music issues. The synopsis for that is Knuckles is an antagonist that steals the Chaos Emeralds from Sonic because he's tricked by Robotnik. So this kind of is like, well, there's a little bit of history there of like, we first introduced to Knuckles as a bad guy because Robotnik has tricked him.
Inherently bad. He's not.
He's trying to protect his place. That's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's told Sonic is a bad guy.
So I think it depends on at what point in the film does that happen. I'm guessing halfway through, or unless it's towards the later half. But the later it is in the film, the more I get worried that it's going to end in Green Hills. Just based off those shots that we saw.
I just hope that is a fight scene that's just flexing what the characters can do. And not necessarily because, Sonic runs really fast, Tails can fly, Knuckles can punch,
or dig.
I imagine in this movie.
Dig.
Or, rip metal, maybe. Don't do that in a fucking small town. Have them fight a giant robot. You know what I mean? Or maybe they do, and that's all CG and we didn't see it. I guess, to be fair, they're not going to build the giant robot.
There's fire we saw, so there's definitely some violence happening, some explosions. There's some GTA happening up there.
Unless they level Green Hills.
Oh my god! That's how they kill off James Marsden's character. They nuke the city. Like Eggman's like, I'm not playing around no more. You're gone. With the Chaos Emerald, that's the first time he uses part of the Chaos. Maybe the Chaos Emeralds split up into pieces, and with one of the pieces, he nukes Green Hills, or teleports it somewhere else.
Damn.
Yeah, think about that.
I still think that the emerald, in quotes, is not going to be a Chaos Emerald. If they are really going to take the Sonic lore seriously and make a franchise out of this, I still think, based especially off knowing this, when they just say the emerald, and granted, I don't know, the power to build and destroy civilizations, I don't know if that's referring to, because I don't really know what the Master Emerald did, really. I knew it could like negate the Chaos Emeralds as like
when
a
someone
peace
says
thing.
build and destroy civilizations, are we talking just like the foundations? Are you creating life, by the way?
Yeah, I don't get that either. Is it just like this turns a barren wasteland into a rich, fertile crescent for which humanity grows? Or if it's just like,
Here's
just
the Mayan
literally
fortress.
constructs
Here's
things,
New York City.
right? But in any case, I think it's the Master Emerald because I think they want to save the Chaos Emeralds because I think the third movie now, I'm assuming there's no Metal Sonic in this film because of this idea.
Or unless they
'Cause
don't call him Metal Sonic, but there is a Metal Sonic.
And he's at the very end, maybe. Maybe Robotnik's like, I need a new sidekick because this dumbass. I need someone that's a machine because, again, going back to that first movie, I only trust machines.
They call
so
it
Metal
Mecha
Sonic.
Sonic instead.
Okay, that Sonic 2 is Mecha Sonic.
Oh, is it?
At the end, yeah. Yeah, and then Sonic CD has Metal Sonic. I think Sonic 3 is going to introduce Shadow, and that's how they'll do the Chaos Emeralds. And they will make fun of how edgy Shadow is kind of. Like, I'm literally thinking, what if Ben Schwartz also voiced Shadow?
But he's like evil. That'd be kind of
Exactly.
cool.
It'd be funny, in the very least. I just like the idea of a kid that thinks he's... Because these are kids. This kid thinks he's so cool and so emo, but he's, like, embarrassing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. This kid's like, I don't want to hang out with you. You're weird.
It's funny as I think of, like, everyone in our high school that was like...
Oh, for sure. Just saying.
Everyone had a Shadow in their high school.
Maybe he'll be on like fucking 4chan and shit.
Yeah, like there'll be one scene where he's like sitting at a desk and you just see on his monitor 4chan. They don't show it too much, but you just see that he's on the website and you're like, oh, that's the kind of person he is.
I'm making a Doom map based off my high school.
Oh my god. So stupid.
This is a really good plot synopsis because this gives us a little kernel of information that completely changed how we were going to structure the movie. Because we were like, what's the plot? Like, what's the actual purpose, the thing that drives these characters? Boom. Sonic and Tails are going to try to grab and find this emerald before Robotnik and this new red guy does, right? Like, boom. So this might be like a literal world-traveling adventure, potentially. I imagine it's going to be on Earth. I imagine they'll want to continue to do that.
I don't know if I want it to. And granted, remember they only filmed in Vancouver that we know about. So that makes me think that most of it could just be CGI. They could have went full CGI this time, and that's why we didn't see Jim Carrey. Most of it could just be on Mushroom World or exploring that world. Maybe the Chaos Emerald's on that world.
I hope not. I hope it's not, at least not
basically
that
doing Jumanji. The Jumanji movie is the most recent one.
Ugh.
But it's Tails and Sonic.
I think at the very least, it's like because they're going to be searching for an emerald, unless they're so fucking lazy and they drop it in San Francisco or Green Hills, we're going somewhere else. It's on the top of that building again.
I would love if they go to the moon or something. Like something weird like that.
I built a rocket ship, Sonic. Okay, yellow guy. Let's go.
But also with this, so James Marsden is listed as a star. How much involvement is he going to be in this? Because it makes it seem like in the synopsis that they leave. Tom and Maddie leave. Are they coming right back?
Yeah.
Are they going to have their own plot line of them trying to get to wherever Sonic is?
Okay, so now this changes up the contextualization. They're in the footage on set there with the fight in Green Hills.
With the
this
fire
is
and
at
the
the end of the
violence.
movie. This is at the end of the movie. Or it's at the beginning, which doesn't make sense because Knuckles is... you know what I mean?
Okay, we didn't think about this. I know they're all standing next to each other looking like buds. Who's to say that's not them fighting? Knuckles fighting Sonic and Tails. What if that's Knuckles' entrance? Is right when they're like getting pizza rolls right before Sonic or before Tom and Maddie leave Sonic, like maybe they're out at the town, they're buying pizza rolls, whatever they may do, prepare for the weekend before they leave. That's when Knuckles just appears, like the Terminator. He just appears. There's no like context to it. The audience doesn't know. We know.
Shoot Sonic's kid.
But for the kids watching it, they're like, "Whoa! Oh, Knuckles came out nowhere. Oh, why is he attacking everything?" Like that could be kind of cool.
I would like him to also show up naked and walk into a biker bar.
It has to be exactly the same. That'd actually be hilarious. Does Paramount own?
Want your boots, your jeans, and your motorcycle, or whatever he says.
Yeah, but I would love that they do the circle thing, the circle of
the
heat,
orb,
the orb.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of hilarious if that's how they do it. Does Paramount own? No, who owns Universal? Right? They own Terminator.
I don't fucking know.
Because it'd be kind of funny if like they could do it if Paramount owns Terminator. They could do that. Writers, you could still add it in. You still have time. I don't think they do. I think Universal owns it because they're at Universal Studios. There's a
Paramount.
They do.
Dark Fate was done by Paramount.
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Exactly. On Paramount Plus, you can see all your favorite Terminator and Sonic characters
all in one universe.
Well, okay, there is the possibility that Tom and Maddie just come back from vacation before the movie ends. Like, when this happens, maybe this isn't at the end of the movie, but like, damn it, them going on vacation is great to leave Sonic and Tails have more screen time without like having to write a reason for them to not want to hang out with Cyclops.
I just kind of hope, like, I actually liked James Marsden's character, or Tom, in the movie, and I didn't mind Maddie. I think Maddie actually could have had more screen time, personally. So, like, if they're going to be in it, I hope they're actually in it and not just, okay, bye, Sonic, and we don't see him like you said till the end. I'm actually kind of disappointed, personally. I get it. Like, the advertising is for Sonic and Dr. Robotnik, Tails, and now Knuckles. So, like, I get, like, they're kind of, like, not as cool, maybe, on face value for kids. But I think for just, like, the rest of the family, the adults who are watching this, like, you need some human characters either to relate to or just be, like, for the comic relief. Because, like, during the first Sonic movie, like, Tom is the adult in the situation, and Sonic is the kid, and, you know, Sonic's a goofball. Sonic goes to the Rubber Band Museum, comes back, you know, and like there's a funny joke there. Like, to me, that's for like the parents, but also for the kids, where like the parents will relate, being like, "Yep, my kid gets attached to one thing. It's annoying as fuck too, and like wants to do all these things." Or I can't leave him in a car by himself for 5 seconds because he's going to be wandering somewhere. You know, like I think that's relatable for like, you know, the general family, the adults in the family. So I kind of hope they don't pull too much away from that and make it too kid friendly either, because I think that's why this movie was successful, is that it was a family movie too. It wasn't just for kids.
So now Tom is Sonic's dad, so to speak, in that sense. If you were to leave your kid home alone, you would make sure there's a way to contact him and him to contact you. Perhaps they give him a phone.
That'd be funny.
And he can literally call Tom and ask things. I don't know. I mean, I both want to see similar dynamics from that first movie, but at the same time, I also just want a fucking Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles movie. And I would actually prefer it not take place on Earth and not have people in it, personally.
I think it's fine.
But since they already started by not doing that, by doing what the first movie actually was, now you've trapped us into having characters we like, that we want to see, and dynamics we did enjoy.
What they could do is, like I said, have a completely different subplot that Tom and Maddie are on their own adventure, and they'll cut back to. So, like, they're like, okay, we have too much Sonic, we have too much Tails, Knuckles action. Let's tone it back a little bit. Let's see what Tom and Maddie are up to. Maybe Tom and Maddie are trying to get, because remember they had the contact with the government. Maybe they try to get the government to find something. Maybe they come home and Sonic is missing. They're like, something happened, and it's from their point of view of them trying to find out where Sonic went. Did he leave any clues or whatnot? Like, there's a lot of stuff they could do there. I just hope it's interesting, or at least makes it so, like I said, it's relatable for like the adults there who are watching this film. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, and speaking of B-plots,
I don't want to get rid of them completely. I think that'd be boring.
Although I do think by the time the third movie rolls around, they are like before and after the plot begins.
It really
and ends.
depends on how this movie goes.
So.
I think.
But speaking about B-plots, generally speaking, in Hollywood-style scripts and stories, your B-plot is what centers a moral or character growth for your main character, a lesson for them to learn that they then apply to the main plot. Generally speaking, that's how these types of things are structured. Sonic is going to learn a lesson inadvertently through the B-plot that then affects the main plot. So I'm trying to think, what could that be? And that made me realize, Tails shows up at the after credits. Does not interact with Sonic, knows that there is. I'm imagining he's saying he's here. I gotta find him or whatever. I'm assuming he's talking. He knows it's Sonic he's referring to. What if Sonic doesn't like Tails? What if Sonic is like a glory hawk? He used to be the fastest person. Tails is also fast too. You saw that at the after credits. He zipped along in the sky. What if he's fucking jealous? Maybe that's the plot. And maybe now you show up Jason Momoa's character Knuckles, who's bigger than Sonic.
They were only friends when they were like 2.
If they knew each other, which is possible. They gave us like
10 seconds,
6 minutes, probably 6 minutes of Baby Boy Sonic, which they
like
clearly wrote after the redesign. We think, at least, I think it's pretty clear that that was all done after the redesign. Therefore, it's late into the story. Therefore, it wasn't important. So they could decide to flesh that out and be like, I mean, yeah, there were echidnas on that planet. Are there just echidnas everywhere on other planets? Are echidnas only on that planet? What about Tails? What about Sonic? You know what I mean? Whatever, right? How does this work? You throw a ring, then you get here. I'm just trying to think, like, will Sonic just be best buds with Tails? Who knows? Initially,
I think they're gonna
because Sonic and Knuckles always have like a bit of not beef, but like I don't want to admit that you're cool. You're not cooler than me. It's like that kind of like, yeah, okay, we're buds, but like we need to make sure we specialize in different things because I don't want you to be better than me at the thing I do.
It's kind of like
and vice versa.
Like one of them knowing how to skateboard, and the other one does something else.
Right, I'll ride a bike.
Yeah, I ride a bike though. Like, yeah, but exactly. Skateboarding is cooler. Yeah, but can you do this trick? You know, like that's like
exactly.
They both think it's cool, or they think they're each cool, but like they're both just dumb nerds on bikes or skateboards.
Like they will not like each other, but like will, you know what I mean?
They still wind up going to the park to like show each other up.
Exactly. Or maybe they'll just be super best friends the whole time, and it's just like
that's
a
good
Saturday morning cartoon.
I don't know if we really talked about that. Will Tails be like? Will they even? How much will they show of Tails and Sonic meeting each other, if at all? Will it just be like, oh, by the way, like it'll just start with like, so me and or be from Sonic's point of view, because last time he talked, he narrated, he's like, so like Tom and Maddie, you know, we've been on the beach, hanging out, we've had so many adventures together, and then my best friend Tails has come. Like they could have easily just been like, yep, he's here now.
Yeah. Actually, speaking about that, I know you didn't really play any of the games, and I didn't play most of them, but Ratchet and Clank is a series, and there's a new game coming out, right?
Played the first one.
I played the original and completed it. I also played the 2016 remake of it, which you have. Now, granted, this remake was based off a movie, and this was a budget title, and it was shorter than like the original game. It was like $40 too. They truncate the Ratchet and Clank becoming friends into just, hey, you're cool, I'm cool too, we're friends now. And then it's just because they had like a decade plus of like those characters being friends, and they just wanted to do that as like creators so they can just make the game right. I wonder if Sonic is gonna be the same thing where we all know that they're friends.
I just like the idea
we don't need to show them getting.
I just like the idea of them
getting used to each other,
showing all the adventures they're on, and then Sonic's just narrating, and then when they're on the beach or something, it finally shows Tails next to him laying on a blanket or something, and they're like, yeah, my best friend Tails is here now, it's great, life's awesome, until it wasn't, and then Knuckles is here.
You just hear the siren.
Yeah. The Silent Hill siren, and just everything gets dark. You're like, wait a minute. Silent Hill 3? The movie?
I was thinking about the Kill Bill siren, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What if... Yeah,
sound, yeah.
I love it, though. I love
it's
that's a great movie.
It's obnoxious as hell, but it's great.
Knuckles rolls in with the yellow station wagon or whatever it's called, Pussy Wagon.
Pussy Wagon, yeah.
Yeah, I do think we'll see an introduction to Tails. I don't know how long it would be because, again, this straight up says Tom and Maddie leave to go on vacation, and Sonic teams up with Tails, and together they embark on a journey to find the Emerald.
Are they married?
Before it falls in the wrong hands. Tom and Maddie?
Were they, like, married? Like, did they ever mention it? I don't remember if they had wedding rings on.
Yes, they are married because the sister, Maddie's sister, kept saying to divorce him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, is the vacation a honeymoon? Because that'd be funny. That's the whole subplot for them. It's just like how great their honeymoon is the entire time. They're like, wow, I just love kayaking in Hawaii. It's just amazing. They're just having a great
Remember when that
time.
movie straight up said that, yeah, Tom worked a third job to pay for her vet tuition. Yeah, okay. What was he doing?
Something illegal.
To pay for school as a third job. You ain't using so much hours on your third job.
Dude never slept. for like 6 years, however long veterinary school is.
Well, so you were saying there was that Reddit post. It was like, see, yeah, Sonic is like a very conservative movie. If you think about all these things, it's like, yeah, because in their mind, yep, you just work hard and then school's paid for, right?
Yeah, and you can really move at any time. It's really easy.
Yep, exactly. So what if the sea level rises? Though there actually is a Ford F-150 now that's all electric, and that looks pretty cool.
I saw a Volkswagen that was all electric, and it had this cool thing where it basically lit up your windshield at night of whatever color you want. So if you're like,
interesting.
So if you're like, oh, I'm feeling, like if you're driving at night and you're like, I need a little bit more brightness to get like more of a daylight effect, you can turn it on. And it's like this orange, and I'm like, shit, dude.
Interesting.
Shit, dude. I'm like, I don't own a house. I'll never have an electric outlet anywhere near me, but I want one.
Right. I was seeing like the Ford F-150. People were like, "This is great." Legitimately, for decades, the Ford F-150 has been the most popular vehicle in America. Making it electric normalizes this type of stuff. And then seeing other people discourse of like, yeah, a single one of those batteries, though, the stuff used to make it can make over 150 electric motorbikes, though. So we could also have been doing this instead. Yeah. It's like, okay, but what if we just replace everything we have with the electric stuff and normalize it first, instead of saying get rid of the truck because you don't need a truck?
Yeah.
I want the truck. And I want Sonic to not need a truck, because they were in a fucking truck half the time on their road trip.
Sonic runs on electric.
So now my question, it wasn't electric. No, it wasn't.
He runs on electric.
It was convertible, though.
No, Sonic runs on electric.
Oh. How set pieces, as what I was trying to segue to. Sonic running, Tails flying fast, Knuckles, I don't know. All we've seen of him was the statue. So gliding. What does he do? Right? Does he just dig? Does he dig under the ground as fast as Sonic runs?
Oh my god!
We do a zoom out and we see Sonic on the ground, Tails in the sky, and Knuckles underground. Somehow we just see like the red line, the blue line, and the yellow line,
or like just the classic cartoon dirt path. Like he's just below, so it just causes some erosion in the dirt,
like a sand shark.
Yeah.
Do we think that this film, especially with what we are fearing might be the climax of the film, being that Green Hills footage we saw, do we think there actually is a big, maybe not bombastic, but a big set piece involving the three of them running fast? Because we kind of got that in the first movie with the chase between Robotnik and Sonic.
You mean like
that was through our locations and there wasn't much interactivity. It was kind of just like you just see like speed lines and them running. There wasn't really interacting or anything. Like think like a fight scene, how you choreograph a fight in a big set.
Do you mean like
you set all these things in motion?
Them running
right?
At full speed or something? Or do you want them standing there as a 360 panorama shot and with the Avengers theme playing?
360 and panorama? Damn, that's like.
Or I'm saying like in a go completely 360 around them, like they did it in the first Avengers movie, when like they're finally all together and they're like dun 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 dun.
I understand
dun.
Joss Whedon is canceled,
yeah,
but we doesn't mean we have to hate that movie now. I think people are like, that movie wasn't that great if you think about it. Like, motherfucker, that was like the coolest fucking thing ever.
Everything you like sucks. All right, Jesus.
I was like getting out of driver's ed when I went to go see that movie. So excited.
Dun, 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 dun. I should imagine you pulling out a driver's ed with that Avengers theme.
And by the time this movie comes out, it'll be a decade old, that movie.
Shit, dude. There's kids out there who like that movie came out when they're like 5 and they're like 15.
There's a lot of people that are younger than us, and I don't want to think about it. People that grow up having access to porn, easy. You know what I mean? I didn't.
Even we didn't have it like that bad compared to like people in the 90s.
For sure. But I'm saying that just like being able to like pull out a phone that you have and being like, boobs. There you go. Right. Exactly. Exactly. They don't cherish it, you know? They don't appreciate what they got. They have all their streaming services.
Now you can airdrop tits.
Exactly.
I couldn't airdrop you tits, Ethan.
These kids aren't falling for the hot singles in your neighborhood. They're seeing the ad at the bottom of the site, what looks like might be the bottom of the site that says go to the next page, but instead it's actually a banner ad. They're not falling for that shit. They're too smart.
The Zoomers are too smart.
These kids are too smart. They're too skeptical. When I saw the thing that said I want a free iPod Nano, I clicked that.
We all did. On
on a school
I won
computer.
2 once. It said I won 2. I'm like, I don't even need
Exactly.
2. But I'll take 2.
I love that school libraries and computing labs didn't know how to like put an antivirus software or an ad blocker on to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
What is also hilarious, obviously, is Ben Schwartz's performance as Sonic the Hedgehog, adding a new dynamic of, I assume, Jason Momoa. I'm going to keep bringing him up. Shirt or no shirt.
I think it's
He'd
like
be
a
funny.
40% chance that's Jason Momoa.
Do we think Tails is going to have a bit of humor to him, or is he going to be very straightforward and serious, kind of like how he is in the games? Well, he's got a bit of like a, well, that would be funny type of attitude about it. Now, he's not like, well, actually, Sonic, you need to make sure that you EMC
If
square.
he's like that, that's going to be so annoying. We're going to hate him. by
Sonic's
the
to
end of
punch him in the face. Sonic's going to like rip one of his tails off.
the- Oh my god.
Knuckles will like do the thing where he or anyone does this where you pick someone up and you start spinning to like whip them around, but he's gonna hold Tails by his tails. He's gonna throw him.
That can happen.
Robotnik's gonna
No, I think
one off.
Tails will be what you said, the first thing you said, where he's just kind of like, he's not gonna tell many jokes. He'll just be like, "Yeah, Sonic, that sounds great. I think that's the next adventure we need to go on. I think the emerald's this way."
I kind of hope Tails then isn't used to further the plot. You know what I mean? If it's just, oh, I'm the smart guy, I'm going to say what we should do because I know as I was written by a person that wrote the rest of the movie.
Hi, Tom. I'm Tails.
I could see that. That was not a good Tom impression. I
Oh,
don't even
I'm
know
Tom.
what did. What the fuck, bro?
How funny would it be if James is like, I'm going to take this opportunity to
I'm
completely
going.
redo this character. He's like all serious now. He's just like, listen, as the number 1 sheriff in this town, everything you get fucked. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. He just abuses his power consistently in the film.
You know how funny it would be if, like, I'm imagining now, hypothetically, in my mind, this movie. We open up. Sonic is kind of like how the end of the movie was. Sonic's having a good time. He's a part of the community now in Green Hills, and Tom and Maddie are like, you know, like cool. He lives with them, and he's having a lot of fun. He's learning things, they're having lots of fun. And Sonic's like, man, I wish I could do more stuff. I wish there was someone else like me. And then fucking Tails like literally shows up.
I wish I could go to college.
And
And
Tails
get
goes.
laid.
Tails, well, he's like maybe 11
I know, but
or
like
whatever.
he's starting to hit puberty now. And Sonic's like,
Jesus.
I'm kind of liking girls.
Tails shows up and he's like, hi, Tom, I'm Tails. I've been watching you guys from afar, just like he used to do.
For like years.
And then that's why they go on vacation. It's like, okay, I need to leave.
But they actually don't want to come back. They didn't tell Sonic they sold the house. They're just...
Right. They find out when someone else moves in.
Maybe this movie all takes place in one day. Maybe they go to another world, but the time works weird on that in that world. So like only a day passes. What looks like weeks on that world, and they come back and they're like, there's a whole new family there or something. Or they're just moving in.
Centuries happen.
Oh my god. The world's gone when they come back, and then you just
that's
see
how you get like the super evil Eggman owned planet machine factory place. He's now Eggman because he's like either maybe part machine or he's super scienced himself into immortality or whatever. He destroyed planet
he's an
Earth.
AI. He's freaking Skynet. He launched all the nukes and blew up the planet.
And he's going back in time to make sure it stays that way.
Oh my god. We keep tying it back to Terminator. I think we just want a Terminator Sonic the Hedgehog.
I want them to make a new Terminator movie because that last one was pretty
movie.
fun. But it didn't make them any money.
Freaking money driving creativity. God damn.
But at the same time, though, that does keep bad movies from getting sequels, like that Blade Runner sequel. You know, that didn't make any money either, so
That
thankfully
was
we're
like
not going to get
literally
fucking
30 years
awful.
later. It's not even like...
That's okay. I'm salty because Disney decided not to make a third Tron movie after Tron Legacy in 2010 because it didn't make as much money as the stupid pirate movie.
You're not the first person to complain.
I'm salty about that. That they literally said the only live action movies we're going to do from now on are the Pirates ones. Obviously, that's not true.
And now
they
Johnny Depp
changed
is
their
canceled.
mind.
We thought
Yeah.
he was uncanceled, then he was back to canceled.
Well, I don't want to get into that. But what I do want to get into is our fancy new Sonic lore that we've been working on. Essentially, folks, on Sonic news update episodes. I'm sorry, actually, this episode has gone on kind of really long. This has been the third episode of the Sonic Movie 2 show. This was Ethan, that was Devin. You know where we live. Go check us out on Twitter. Okay, goodbye. All right, so we're back on the 85th episode of the Sonic Movie show. I think we need to end this really short episode. We introed, said hi, and then we need to end it now. Let's hit us up with the Sonic lore that we've been doing. Now, folks out there know on Sonic Movie Show episodes where we cover Sonic news and movie news and even Sonic movie news, we like to end the episodes by reading off Sonic lore, Sonic books, essentially. We read the official novelization of the original movie. We'll probably do that for the sequel whenever that comes out, if the book comes out earlier than the movie did, for sure. Now we're reading fan fiction that fans submit, if they submit any. Fans of the show, send us your fan fiction. But today we're actually going to continue...
Sonic 2 fan fiction.
Exactly. What do you think? Yeah, write your own Sonic 2 movie...
script.
Fan fiction. Send it and we'll read
100 pages, please.
100 pages, please. But today, Devin is going to be reading out of his general Sonic Mad Libs, just like he did before, and I had done one for the movie. As you know, Devin, we're trying to build here something. Sonic has an identity as established in your last one that he knows who he is. He's blue and is a hedgehog. That's canon. And I'm afraid that this might change. Now, in the movie canon, he says he's purple. So all of a sudden, we're making differences.
Well, yours is the movie
He's
canon.
close.
There's just different canons.
I know, but alternate dimensions, right?
Yeah.
There's no fucking Montana in the Sonic one.
Yeah.
But here, you know what I mean?
But you could make that happen, technically. If I asked you for a noun, you could say Montana and bring it into this world.
I think what we need to do, though, is really try to think about, when we're giving each other these prompts, ways to really tie it into Sonic, actual lore. You know what I mean? And not just this is what an 8-year-old thinks is funny. You know what I mean? Can't say boobs for every noun. Just like Sonic?
Yeah, just like Sonic.
Age reveal when?
Age reveal when? Guys, I'm 13.
I can afford a Libsyn subscription.
With mom's allowance that she gives me.
I actually know what Tails is miles per hour. I understand why that's funny. I understand it's a pun. None of the kids in class do.
I had to explain it to them. They still didn't get it.
They didn't laugh, so I know they didn't understand it.
I laughed in their faces.
All right, read it.
All right.
Give me the shit.
And Ethan's been doing it chronologically. I've been picking random ones. Just the first one my thumb goes to, and we roll with that. So I'm not going to tell you what the title is of this one, but it's vague. So I don't know what this is going to be about. But
okay.
The first thing I need from you is a noun.
Movie.
All right. Another noun.
Ring. R-E-N-G.
Like the movie. Gotcha.
Okay. That's what Sonic will be collecting. The Ring VHS tapes.
Adverb.
Quickly.
Noun.
I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, noun. I whispered it up. Forget Discord's going to suppress that.
Onion.
Thinking about Shrek?
Yeah. There's many layers to this.
Adjective. First one that comes to your head.
Red. I saw the YouTube logo. God damn it.
A noun.
Copyright.
Part of the body.
Elbow.
Adjective.
Radical.
I briefly saw what that one was on accident, but okay. Part of the body. Again.
Face.
Person in room, male.
Wait, what?
Person in room, male. So it has to be someone in this room, but it's only us two. It's it's either you or me.
Oh, it's not just saying make up a man in a room,
No, person in
like
room,
the
male.
Clue board
I think
game.
because they want you playing this with all your friends, so you pick one of you.
Ethan.
We'll see if this is going to be a good or bad that you're in this lore.
I don't know.
Adjective.
I remember the one where you said Sonic was with kids a lot, so
Adjective.
and forgot that. Beautiful.
Plural noun.
USB sticks.
Celebrity.
Michael Bay.
Sure.
You know how I got to that?
Shrek?
I was thinking about France for some reason. Because I thought you were going to say noun. I'm going to throw out a place there. Person, place, or thing. I'm going to say France. You said celebrity. I'm like, Michael Bay.
Adjective.
Curved.
Curved?
Curved.
Noun.
Germany.
Person in room.
I guess it has to be Devin then. Can't be me.
I mean, you could. Just because the other one was person in room male. The other one was just person in room. So unless there's a woman.
Ethan. We'll say it's me again.
Noun.
PlayStation 5.
All right, that is it. So the title of this one, like I said, it's very vague. It is called Totally Awesome. So I have no idea where this is going to go. Here we go.
That is vague.
Have you misplaced your favorite movie? Has your chow gone missing? Well, you've come to the right ring. Here at the chaotic detective agency, we'll quickly solve any mystery that's plaguing your onion. Our red leader, Vector, is one tough copyright with a super elbow. But don't let his radical exterior fool you underneath it all. And since you used the term red leader and then now you're saying radical, I just think he's a communist.
See, red leader makes me think of Star Wars.
That's also true, yeah. His radical exterior fool you underneath it all. He has a kind face. And if you need something tracked down, look no further than Ethan B. B-E-E.
Aww. Yeah, I know who these people are.
Although he is beautiful and full of energy. Charmy B will stop at nothing to find your missing USB sticks. The final member of the team is Michael Bay the Chameleon. This curved ninja Germany is the agency's top investigator. It doesn't even make any sense. He has the power to camouflage himself and can spy on Ethan by blending into the PS5 and hiding out of sight. Ethan, you did not get a PS5 day one. You got Michael Bay the Chameleon.
Fuck. How was I playing Returnal?
That's why I wasn't working, dude.
Damn.
He's like,
well, they're your Sonic heroes.
Yeah. Totally awesome. So what can we take away from this is that...
It's lame. That's what we can continue to take off. Your book at least is lame. It's very lame.
I like how it asked for a name of the bee, but then it later on said Charmy Bee.
Yeah. Like, those three Sonic characters. But it's weird that just didn't want to commit. Right. Man ignores God.
This curved ninja
God strikes
Germany.
back.
I think the best part was that Michael Bay is a chameleon.
I mean, to be fair.
Do we know that?
I've never seen him.
People believe in lizard people. Is Michael Bay a lizard? Chameleon?
Those Transformers movies, especially that last one, are real bad. So I feel like, yeah, no human being could have made a movie like that.
One of the Baltimore Ravens wide receivers believes that he's an alien lizard.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I just like the fact that Vector the crocodile is a communist.
Yes, that's confirmed. He's a radical.
Okay, so we've established that. At the very least,
and he has a kind face underneath it all.
Kind face, exactly. And to be honest, that actually works. Like, what says part of the body, and I said face. What else would that be? A kind what? Cock, right? Chest,
elbow.
arm,
yeah, you
foot.
Said elbow earlier. Yeah, a
kind face works.
Yeah, you got that spot on. Other ones didn't really work at all.
We cracked the code. I won.
You won madly.
That's the thing they clearly wanted. So the two things we can establish are A, I'm in this
now
as the annoying bee person.
But also,
he owns a
on?
PS5
By your own team.
By Michael Bay.
By Michael Bay, your own team member.
And the Crocodile Man is a communist. So that was none of those things contradict what the last story you said was.
Yeah.
So we still have a clear, you know what I mean. I feel like when we exhausted this book, we need to actually write this fan fiction completely.
I was going to say we can make our own Sonic movie just strictly from both Mad Libs. Like we try to combine them in some way, or we just
combine them. I think they can be separate. I think until we contradict one of your stories with a previous one, that all can fit. You just write it, make it into a story.
That'd have to be a special episode because we would have to actually sit down and like read everything again and be like, okay, who are the characters? Who's in this world?
Right.
It could be fun.
Like,
it could be good.
Like, sure. In the last one, Sonic is a blue hedgehog. He identifies as that. He knows who he is, right? If that gets contradicted later, we can always say that changes. Like, you know what I mean? He starts to deviate from that, and he loses his sense of self.
Because Michael Bay, the Chameleon's directing him too.
Exactly. Well, this has been a pretty fun episode of the Sonic Movie Show. I think we had some pretty fun news that we went over today.
That was our biggest news, I think, of Sonic 2.
Besides the fact that it was titled... Well, I feel like the leak of Knuckles being in it in general was like, whoa, they didn't just take the next small step. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. This was a pretty big episode.
Before we leave, because we started again, can we go back to our Sonic 2 hype stock market real quick?
Sure.
How are you feeling? Is the hype going up? Is it going down? Are you buying?
It was at 86 before. Or was I at 76?
No,
I was at 86 before. I was at 86 before. I'm going to bump this up to 90 because in my head, Jason Momoa is Knuckles. And I want to see the Jim Carrey, Jason Momoa, dynamic.
You're buying the stock in hopes of like...
It's called speculation, Devin.
I was going to say in hopes someone...
None of this is real.
You're like, I know a bunch of people are going to buy this stock, so I'm going to buy it now.
Everyone needs water.
Everyone needs Sonic 2.
Yeah, I'll say I'm at 90. Okay. Sure. Why the fuck not?
Hell yeah. I was at like a 40, I think, but not because like I was disappointed by any news or whatnot. It's just like it feels far enough away from me that my brain's not there yet. But with this news, I'm going to bump it up to a 50. Went up 10 points, just like you did. So I'm getting hyped now that I know Jim Carrey's back. That helps a lot. That was a big boost for me. And it seems like they're on track too to that this film's going to come out on time. It gets me hyped that maybe we'll get even more information. Hopefully in the coming months. Maybe a teaser, maybe a poster. Hopefully this might be the only big Sonic news for a little while. So I'm taking every time we get it. I'm taking it. I'm eating.
Exactly. This episode is supposed to be about Hitman. Glad I wasn't.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time for another episode of the Sonic Movie Show. Hasta luegos.
That's an Arnold Schwarzenegger reference.